Nearly 20 shipments have arrived from 7 different nations in the last day carrying military aid for the country. And there's a new warning to Americans thinking about traveling to Ukraine. ABC's Marcus Moore is on the ground in Kyiv, again with the latest. Good morning, Marcus.
Well, Eva, good morning. In the first weeks of this war, the Russian troops were able to get within just a few miles of here on the outskirts of Kyiv. And members of the Defense Force were in this trench and others protecting the city. And they were able to successfully push the Russians back. But they remain on high alert today as casualties mount in the east. This morning, a former U.S. Marine killed on the battlefield in Ukraine. Willie Joseph Cancel is believed to be the first American killed while fighting in Ukraine.
Dedication to community service and national defense is definitely something to look up to as a role model for anyone. Willie was no exception.
President Joe Biden calling his death very sad, saying he left a little baby behind. Press Secretary Jen Psaki doubling down on the plea for Americans to stay out of the war zone.
Americans should not travel to Ukraine for any reason.
In the east, Russia, still vying for control of Mariupol, met with resistance from Ukrainians at the Azovstal steelworks. In Ukraine's capital of Kyiv, Russia's defense ministry saying their high-precision missiles were responsible for the deadly attack on an apartment building. The blast within close proximity of the UN Secretary General on the ground meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky. A Ukrainian journalist killed in the shelling. Local officials saying 5 missiles total were aimed at the capital city. This as a nearby railway hub in Fostiv was left in ruins after more Russian attacks. On Friday, Putin accepting an invitation to attend the G20 summit in November, just weeks after Biden called for Russia to be removed from the group. And a rare display of emotion from Department of Defense Press Secretary John Kirby, choking up after being asked whether or not he believes Putin is a rational actor.
It's difficult to look at the It's difficult to look at some of the images.
In a warning to Russia, Kirby saying the Pentagon is comfortable with their nuclear deterrent posture in place.
We urge Russia to stop escalating the rhetoric with respect to nuclear weapons and do the right thing, is end the war today.
Russian attacks coming from both land and sea, now claiming they hit Ukrainian power substations using Caliber missiles fired from submarines in the Black Sea. And this morning, we're with a battalion of the Territorial Defense Force as they train on patrols and ambushes. Some you see here have combat experience, but others had everyday lives before joining the fight. Mark was a college student.
Why did you want to join?
That's not a question like why, because you need to do this.
And another look at one of the trenches the Territorial Defense Force is using to protect the city. They are training more fighters here and staying ready just in case the fight comes back to Kyiv. And they tell me they are prepared to fight for however long it takes.
All right, Marcus Moore for us this morning. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.